Having art in schools, whether it's elementary school, high school, or college, is so beneficial for biologists, architects, scientists, moms and dads who just want to be good parents. Art helps you to create an environment in your head that you can express in mathematical terms, and you can also express in tangible drawing, pastels, and painting. So the idea of being able to go into a biology class and the next hour you're going into a math class balances both sides of your brain. If you stop, and I've always asked my students to stop after maybe an hour of drawing and do your history, do your English, do your biology, and then come back to the art. And it triggers the other side of your brain and you do a better job. So if I'm listening to what I feel like is a very boring lecture, and my next hour is gym, I'm going to look forward to that. Or else if I'm doing something by way of English, and when I leave that class and I go to my art class, I can do my art class a little bit better, as opposed to not having done anything and just walking into it. So triggering the left and the right side of your brain is one of the things I think is a constant. It's a given. So when we walk away from work and we say, oh my goodness, I've had a hard day, and nobody really realizes the creativity it takes in making or preparing that evening dinner where you go home and you get your vegetables out and you do whatever you're going to do for your salad and your meats and your chopping and your cutting and your arranging of food. So the same thing happens in the classroom. You have several different little cubicles that you may go into every day for English, math, history, and you want to kind of compartmentalize those things, but you don't. You pull that art class that you took at 8 o'clock in the morning into that biology class, and you pull it into that English class. You're carrying it with you. That element of creativity is always with you. But if you have it in the classroom where there's a teacher instructing you on 1 and 2 and 3 point perspective, you're talking math right there. And the creativity of what happens with math will follow through into your math class and into your art class. And then when you start talking about history and what buildings or structures or whatever wars were going on and the dynamics of the structure of the strategy of moving men across the land from one point to another, strategizing, that takes art. You've got to be able to think on the left and the right side of your brain, just like you would have to in the classroom. So here we are. I'm a general of an army. And I've got all of these people whose lives I have to save, and we also have to destroy some. What's my strategy? Here I am sitting in front of a blank piece of paper. Nothing's on it, I got to draw. But there is something in front of me. How do I attack that? I look at the light, I look at the shadow, I look at what happens with the texture, and then I approach my strategy. And that's what art is. And that's what it can help you with in your academics. Strategy. What's my first point of reference? What's next? And it's layers and layers and layers that come together to create the whole. So yes, we need art in the classroom on every level. And then we need to take it home. And we need to embrace it. Even if you think you can't draw, you need to try.